This is Eagle Al, and let's get straight into it, man. Jonathan Gannon. This clip is floating around on Twitter. Not sure how long ago this came out, but a lot of reporters are showing this. And Jonathan Gannon, spoke on the Philly media a bit. He spoke on being 9-0, and the media is calling him out like, you need to be fired. The defense sucked. And let me just let Jonathan Gannon explain. Let me go ahead and play this about 30-second clip.
I'm very comfortable talking to the media. Philly is a very hard media market. We were 9-0, and I did my presser, and they say, "Coach, we want you fired." And I said, "Well, we're the number one defense in the NFL right now in every statistical category. Why do you want me fired? You don't blitz enough." I said, "Well, we lead the league in sacks by 30 plus sacks. So if you want to come call the defense, and you can have at it." But no, it's cool. They have a job to do, and I understand that.
See, my thing with Jonathan Gannon, and I'm not gonna lie, I hate some of these Philly media guys because them tweets y'all was putting out before Jalen Hurts last season was egregious. Elliott Short-Parts, Brandon Lee Galton, all these dudes. It's a lot of these dudes I could look up who just expected Jalen Hurts to fail. We should get another quarterback. There's content creators that said it, but it's no reason to harp on the past. I get what he's saying about Philly media in general, including probably content creators. It is tough. That's why our team can have a whole nother staff and go back to the Super Bowl, because the Philly media, the Philly fans, we don't play that losing culture. We call things out, right? And sometimes, like I said, it's annoying to me as a fan / content creator. So my thing with Jonathan Gannon is that he say that now we was 9-0, called them out, this and that. It's because we seen the BS. I mean, keep it real. We seen the BS. We like, okay, we're 9-0. But there's something with this defense. I believe if you have a better defensive coordinator, it can be a lot better, especially with all the talent you have. And, he had a good game against the Vikings, and then we found out the Vikings were frauds. We beat low-tier teams, like, badly. Not saying we ain't beat no high-tier teams, of course. But when it came to the Daniel Joneses of the world, what can I say? Brock Purdy's of the world. Who else I'm thinking of? We beat a lot of bad quarterbacks, man. We beat a lot of bad quarterbacks, and that's what you're supposed to do. I'm trying to think off of my head. Carson Wentz is of the world. Ryan Tannehill's of the world. Like, we beat those guys. I won't consider those guys in the top 10 at all. But let me show you something that's his record against top 10 quarterbacks. So let's look at that from last year. Okay, so I have it pulled up here, and this is his record against top tier quarterbacks. He is 1-8, 1-8, and the accuracy percentage, just combining these top, what we consider top 10 quarterbacks, and I will go over those quarterbacks. 220 out of 285, so you allow a 76% gain. Okay, you allow 2,438 yards. Okay, you allow 27 touchdowns in 3 games. You got 4 interceptions against these top tier quarterbacks, and you're 1-8. And guess who that 1-1 was against? Trevor Lawrence. Okay, this is 2021 and 2022. Herbert lost because of defense. Dak lost because of defense. Dak lost because of defense. Brady lost because of defense. Brady lost again because of defense. Patrick Mahomes 2021 lost because of defense. Dak 2022 lost because of defense. We supposed to have that top tier defense, but Dak magically put up 34. I'm not count. Well, yeah, 40 against the defense, right? And Patrick Mahomes, obviously the Super Bowl. So including the tenure you was here, and this is why people wanted you fired, because you sucked against top tier quarterbacks. So all this nonsense calling out Philly media, I don't think you got the right to do that, man. I just don't. It's still guys that love you, and trust me, Philly media and Philly fans is a complete division. But this is something most of us came together about. Jonathan Gannon needs to go. Most of us came together about that. And most of us was trying to wrap our heads around, like, maybe the Eagles bring you back because we made it to the Super Bowl. But a lot of us rejoiced when they didn't. We just needed a breath of fresh air on that defense for sure, because it could have been a lot better. Come on, man. You had Javon Hargrave. You had Fletcher Cox. You had Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat. You had Brandon Graham coming off the bench. Just talent alone. Milton Williams playing at a high level. Talent alone, the defensive line is going to get there. I feel like you didn't really elevate Kaiser White's game, in my opinion. CJ Gardner-Johnson called you out, right? He called you out saying you didn't have us in the position. That's a guy in the locker room calling you out. And Eagles fans are not even getting along with CJ Gardner-Johnson right now. But we agree with that. So, I think that's all I got to say about this. Jonathan Gannon has no right to speak on the Philly media. We somewhat have a right to be mad because the season ended on what we expected. If we were going to lose the Super Bowl, it was not going to be because of Jalen Hurts. It was going to be because of you. And that's what happened because of you. And you deserve to get called out for that bad defense. Remember when you was 9-0 and they was like, something's not right with the defense? No, everything is cool. We 9-0. We number one in this, number one in that. Told you. It speared this ugly head in the biggest game of the year, which is the Super Bowl. It speared its ugly head, like I said, in the Super Bowl. But no reason to harp on that. Jonathan Gannon, you just had no right to speak on Philly media. But what do you think? How do you feel about Jonathan Gannon speaking on Philly media? I don't like it. I hate talking about this, not rejoicing on it, talking about this because it just pisses me off. It pisses me off. But this is Eagle Al. I'm out.